Lost media. When a piece of media, whether it be literature, film, or digital print, is erased from its original source point with no archives that are available to the public. Over the thousands of years of known history, there have been countless examples of historical records being lost to the sands of time, the most well-known and most infamous example being the Library of Alexandria. Ancient Egypt, arguably the most well-preserved civilization in human history, if not by the long-standing existence of its ancient monuments that have not only outlived its rivals from other advanced civilizations at the time, but also in the fact that those monuments have proceeded to outlive things created by us with our modern-day technology. Then it's by the smaller scale, less flashy historical records that they kept. With the invention of the first easily preservable paper, papyrus, it meant that the ancient Egyptians didn't require any knowledge of how to chisel stone to write down their history. Therefore, it became significantly easier for the Egyptians to build up an extensive archive of historical events at the time. The scrolls and records were actually so vapid and so numerous at the time that buildings actually had to be erected for the exclusive purpose of storing these tablets. And thus, the library was created. And no library was as big as the Library of Alexandria, which was conveniently located in Alexandria. Everything seemed to be in order, until the reign and subsequent conquest of Julius Caesar began. Julius Caesar had conducted several raids on bordering countries of Rome, one of which included Egypt. One of said raids happened to fall upon the city of Alexandria. Roman soldiers proceeded to go into the city and set numerous buildings ablaze. One building that was caught in the crossfire just so happened to be the Library of Alexandria. The fire was so vapid and did so much damage that historians to this day believe it to be the largest loss of recorded history ever. Now, I know what you might be wondering. What does the burning of the Library of Alexandria have to do with Super Mario Logan? SuperMarioLogan, or SML for short, was a YouTube channel created by Logan 30acre and his older brother in order to make episodic sitcom-adjacent plushie videos featuring primarily Mario characters, or, if the situation called for it, whatever plushies they had lying around from their childhood. So basically what this meant is that you had a plethora of different, ever-expanding videos being made at the time. So you can go from one episode being Toad touching Luigi's diamond getting brutally murdered in, their home, to Shrek eating too much cheesecake and getting pregnant and getting pregnant, shitting out a baby, and raising it up until it can go off and graduate college and live on its own. A major factor that separated Logan's channel to other similar plushie channels at the time was Logan's willingness to use absurd profanity and racial stereotypes to bolster the comedy of his videos. Because Logan didn't want to target a single demographic, he wanted to target whoever found the videos funny. Which I can respect in some ways. But, characters like Black Yoshi might be a bit excessive. If you think about it, if you look back on it, I mean, he's like he's sipping purple Kool-Aid and eating fried chicken and playing Call of Duty, bro. So, I mean, looking back on it, the videos were pretty funny. I actually remember the very first SML video I've ever seen. It was Toad's Mistake 2. Me and my cousin were actually sitting on the living room couch while we were looking through YouTube. We found it, and when we watched it, it was actually so funny that it made us cry. And I don't know how you can take the abject humor of a couple 7-year-olds, but, you can kind of see what the main demographic of Super Mario Logan was just by that. But before we talk about children, I actually want to talk about the people that Logan made these videos with, because it went from just being him and his brother to him and his friends. And one friend I actually want to highlight is Lavelle, because one, he's the only black person, therefore he voices all the black No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's Charlie. He's Charlie from Charlie and Friends, which makes him the best one. But he also was the reason why GameCube Dude got his channel taken down by Logan for reacting to his videos. And I'll never forgive him for that because I was an active watcher of GameCube Dude. And I distinctly remember GameCube Dude talking about Jeffy's design, and he brought up the fact that Jeffy was disabled, and it blew my 11-year-old mind when I found out that Jeffy was mentally... Speaking of that, I wanted to talk about 2017 because 2017 was probably the most impactful year of SML ever. Because one, the channel turned 10 years old, which is kind of crazy to think about. And two, Jeffy was introduced. And I like to imagine when Jeffy was made, it was like the first caveman creating the spear, because it completely changed the dynamic of the SML channel forever. For like at least a solid 2 years, the videos just became entirely Jeffy-centric. It would be like a blessing to get like a solo Mario video. And it still kind of is like that to this day, but not nearly as bad as it was back then. But there's a reason there were so many Jeffy videos, because he was a massive hit. Millions upon millions of views. Logan made so much money, in fact, that he was able to move out of his shitty little apartment into a massive mansion and buy not one Lamborghini, but 2 Lamborghinis for him and his fiance, I think. Maybe his girlfriend. It'd be kind of weird if it was his girlfriend. But, as they say on the O Block, the good Lord Jeffy giveth, the good Lord Jeffy taketh away. Because Jeffy would be the ultimate reason for the SML channel's demise.
Jeff did video. I watched it and it just kept reeling me in to watch more videos. It attracts kids because you wouldn't think of him as inappropriate because the way he looks, but when you actually watch him, he traps you in it.
This little jit was the entire reason why the SML empire collapsed. YouTube swiftly took action against Logan's channel, demonetizing every single video Logan made, or ever will make, meaning he can no longer make a solid revenue stream from his channel. Was it valid? Kind of. The racism was kind of bad, but...
Let's see. Take responsibility for my own life, or blame you. Ding, 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 ding. Blame you.
Shortly after YouTube took their action, something much worse occurred. Nintendo took notice of Logan's channel, and... if you know Nintendo, as soon as they notice any fan works using their characters doing literally anything, they sent a cease and assist after his ass. Basically, in the cease and assist, what Logan had to do was remove all Nintendo characters from every single one of his videos that he has ever made. Which, I don't know if you've seen the videos, but you can't do that. So basically what they told Logan was to delete his channel without telling him to delete his channel. Which he did. And he has a really cool video recorded about it, and I'll play it because it's funny.
Not advertiser friendly. Not advertiser friendly. Not advertiser friendly. I censored the cuss words in that video. I censored them.
I mean, but hey man, what can you even do in that situation? It's not like you can just make new characters and keep their core dynamics similar to the plushies and take some characteristics from the Nintendo characters and apply them to the plushies and just keep making videos with no legal repercussions. You can't do that.
Oh, subscribe and join the Discord. Press the hype thing.
The Loud House Revamped is a fanfiction created by one dude. It is an anime-inspired slice-of-life adventure following the author's self-insert, James D. Knudsen, going throughout multiple adventures through the Loud House universe, creating new friends and going on many adventures, as he learns about not only himself, but the world around him. For about one chapter, The Loud House Revamped is a multiversal odyssey that has about every character you can name in it. It is about JD and the fucking Loud House kids becoming intergalactic protectors that fight and defeat characters like Galactus, Unicron, and Peter fucking Griffin. I can't even make it up, dude.
Lincoln says, but expensive stuff. JD says, it is. Lincoln says, but Peter won't be unpredictable if he is drunk on piss. JD says, he'll be so easy to control while he's drunk. We're gonna dress him up like a ballerina and make him dance in a humiliating fashion. Lori says, Ooh, that's perfect. JD says, this is gonna be so good. His eyes glow. JD says, before we start, Peter, would you like a beer? Peter says, oh, I can use a beer. Thank you. JD says, oh, you're welcome. I pour it into a glass and give it to him, and he drank it. The Loud House kids were snickering. Peter says, I needed that. Suddenly, Peter got big drunk time almost instantly. JD says, okay, Peter, put this on. Peter says, oh, okay, I'll put it on since I'm drunk. He put on the pink tutu and ballerina costume, and JD says, music maestro. The conductor played the blue Danbo, and everybody was laughing at him and his ridiculous appearance, and he was dancing so stupidly while drunk.
Over its 8 years of development, this fanfiction has become a legend online. There are videos just reading certain chapters of it that have millions of views. As of 2025, the Loud House Revamped is estimated to have a total word count of over 34 million words. And that's not even counting all of them, because the word count broke because of its length. I actually have some personal history with the Loud House Revamped. The first video I've ever worked on that has gone actually viral is a video I made with my friend about the deletion of the Loud House Revamped before we get into it. And I could play a clip of it because I'm fucking cool. I'm going to explain it to you why the Loud House Revamped is gone, because I'm still mad about it and I need to ventilate in a different manner than that video because I was too fucking calm. So basically, there was a subreddit made called the Anti-Loud House Revamped subreddit, which first of all, we're already starting off bad because it's in fucking Reddit. And this group of probably children, I'll be honest, were talking shit about the author of the book, James Dean, and calling him autistic and stuff and bullying him. Not behind his back. He was aware of the subreddit, but he didn't do anything about it because he's humble and awesome. But I think the spam reporting of the fan fiction finally got to one of the moderators of the website that the Loud House Revamp was hosted on, and they finally got what they wanted. It got deleted, and people were so mad, and there are several screenshots of the subreddit before it went down of the people in there being like, I think we should private this because I feel like people are going to be mad that we are single-handedly the reason why the longest piece of literature has been deleted. Okay, I think we should actually hide away because we're so the Loud House Revamp goes down. There's no way to get it back to my knowledge, and we researched this. And James Dean has given up on the series because he spent over 8 years working on it and it's gone. And there's just no point in continuing. I fucking hate Reddit, but it's time to move on. So, we have covered two widely known and beloved creators with no controversy in their past. The question I want to prompt to you today is if you think that censorship is okay. Because in my opinion, I don't think censorship is that good. But honestly, it's also context dependent. So I'm going to read something that I believe deserves to be taken off of the internet. The GoldFish wiki. And I will be reading it in a calm manner. Finn is the leader of the bunch. His cheddar fish is swell. He loves to spend time with his friends and send you to hell. Personality. Also known as Big Homie Finn, or Fitness Finn. Finn has been a long-time leader / pimp of the fish gang. He was known for his ability to move bricks, and took quite a few young goldfish under his fin. In 2006, he shot 12 orphans. In 2014, and had to change his last name to Letard to evade detection. In 2016, Finn was arrested for committing tax fraud. He befriended Yoshi at this time. In 2018, Finn was found dead in his apartment from an apparent drug overdose. Authorities found more than $10 million of cash and numerous firearms in his apartment at the time of death, along with the mangled corpse of an unidentified 14-year-old girl, whose body was covered in sperm tracing back to various members of Al Qaeda. And he's voiced by Joseph Joestar. Famous quote, "Thou and thou shalt eat the fruits of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and flesh of thine daughters, which the Lord of Goth hath given thee, in siege and in straitness, wherein thine enemies shall distress thee." The main character of the GoldFish mascot, his real name is Teddy Butler. In the commercial, he is seen sucking Finn's dick. "Come, Neverbar, friend or traitor, come. Come and look upon the heart of a Kalima, and bring the wrath god. I have need of it. Come to the heart chamber. I want you there. When we last met, countless of ages ago, come to me, fire and war, I welcome you. I have prepared a place for you. Come bring the wrath god to the heart chamber together. Let us set free the cursed false gods. Welcome, Nevar. Together we shall speak of the law and the new land and drive the Mongol dogs from the empire of Morrowind. This is how you honor the sixth house of the tribe unmourned. Come to me openly, not by stealth, Dagon. You are welcome to Nevar, my old friend. But to this place where destiny is made, why have you come unprepared? Welcome, moon and star, to this place where your destiny is made. What a fool you are. I am a god. How could you kill a god? What grand and intoxicating insolence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape, no recall, or intervention that can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy." Extreme only knows one speed, full. He is an all-out daredevil, stunt dude extraordinaire, a thrill seeker who likes to play practical jokes on minorities, thus inspiring the modern slogan of the GoldFish, the smack that cracks the blacks' backs. But you'll never meet a more loyal friend. So, if you're hanging out with Extreme, just hold on tight and enjoy the ride. Brooke is a female Parmesan goldfish who used to live in a snack bowl. Personality. Brooke has fat tits, but you can't see them because she is a goldfish. Impressive. Very nice. Very nice. Coral is a female chocolate graham goldfish. Personality. The new kid on the block. Coral is a southern girl who's handy with the harmonica and never backs down from a challenge. She's just getting to know everybody and still is a bit of a mystery. But if you learn more about her, the more you fear her. She is directly responsible for the murders of 2,300 Jehovah's Witnesses, and she is incapable of feeling remote. Impressive, very nice. I think that's most of it. Unfortunate, guys. I appreciate you all.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. It was pretty fun. If you enjoyed it, you should do the interactive things and press the hype button, because the hype button is very important. And I'm gonna try to make these every week, and I'm 90% sure the next one is going to be about white women. So if you like white women, like me, you should wait for it. Join the Discord. It's not mine, but you should join it anyway. Bye.